So after getting enough questions on these, I figured I'd do a quick video on the Practical Scrap Metal Small Arms Volume 7 Model 1. I did a video on the Model 2, showed you some of my variations of those that are all completely built from scratch. These Model 1s can be built from kits, built from scratch, or actually bought as a complete gun. They still do make these, although they're pretty hard to find. A couple of these I've had for a very long time, and a couple of them I acquired just a few years ago. But there's a lot of variations out there and a lot of options. So if you want to build one, it's a good gun to get into. As I said, there's a lot of variations. So show you a couple of the ones I have. This one is a built from kit 6-shot revolver 22, and it is manually indexed. It is very clumsy to work with, as all of these Model 1s really are. You have to manipulate the hammer to get the safety. You can't open it without flipping the safety off, but you have to manipulate the hammer to get the safety off or on. Manually indexed. There's no ejectors. You have to dig the shells out of there once they're fired. When they are fired, they do kind of jam up the action a little bit, but it's still a fun build to do. And it looks neat. That one is cool. This one was also built from a kit. This is just a single shot 410 or 45 long Colt. Same thing. You have to manipulate the hammer to get the safety on and off. You can't open it with the safety off where you can cock it, but you have to cock it back part way as kind of like a safety catch. Then you can open it up. Again, that's 410 and 45 long Colt. Really cool looking gun. Fun kit to build. Yeah, I like these. Single shot, they're worthless in the end. Everybody calls them a snake gun or whatever, but they're just fun to play with. This one was actually bought as a complete firearm. Has a serial number, everything, so it was transferred as a pistol. Just like anything else would be normally. Not homemade. But again, they can be homemade. Here's a kit. Everything you need to build one of those, the double barrel. All of the small parts are in here. Grips, all of the hammer trigger, springs, everything in that kit. Even the breech plate for the double, which does require a bit of work. It does not include the frame. So the same with the single shot version. Hammer, all the small parts, grips, everything, and the big fat barrel. And that is all. You do need a frame, which you used to be able to get these pretty easily, and I think the guy quit making them. Used to sell them both sides cut like that. Somebody determined that might be too close to a receiver, even though you still have to weld it together. So he started shipping them like this, where you would take that, line it up, drill all the holes, make it all look the same, much like that. So bolt them together, cut them all out. I've cut a couple of these from scrap, and a couple that I bought as a kit. There's a lot of options. So here's one that I bought as a kit. Bought multiple, so I got a couple of blank side plates and a couple of complete side plates. Do it that way, you end up with, believe it or not, a complete gun. But you still have to do a lot of welding. There's some TIG welding. This one's ugly, but you have to weld this breech plate in place. It has to line up and be in the correct orientation, everything for the gun to function. Otherwise, you're not going to get there. And again, these are raw, so this was cold blued. It does actually look pretty decent. Turned out nice. I kind of like that one. Leave them set around too long, they will get a little rusty because they are just untreated raw steel. But again, there's a lot of options out there. Buy these, make them, whatever, get the plans. Buy the kits. I will eventually make one of these from scratch. Make my own barrel, hammer trigger, etc. They're cool. So yeah, get out there, get in the shop, build your own guns. Thanks, guys.